Hello everyone, I'm Sirius from Stock Supervision and Trading Pathsala. Today I'm here with a new video and a very new strategy, that is Pinbar strategy. In recent times you might have heard about this Pinbar strategy. It's actually a very effective trading strategy which is being found in recent days and is very popular among intraday traders and even traders. So let's see few details about Pinbar strategy, what exactly it is and how we need to trade that. So today I will just give few glimpses about Pinbar strategy. As days goes on, I will tell you the in depth about Pinbar strategy. So we have read about engulfing candle, we have read about doji candle. So what exactly the Pinbar is all about? So as you can see my screen, I have two candles in both sides. So you can see the shadow in it. It's a long shadow, and then the right side also it's a long shadow. So these shadows are represented as pin bar. So we will get into details what exactly it is and how we should trade using this pin bar strategy. Pin bar is actually very famous in recent days. It's a very new strategy, you can call it. If not new, but yes, it's becoming popular day by day. So what is pin bar and when it come to existence? It's a Japanese candlestick pattern. Yes, definitely all candlesticks are Japanese candlestick patterns, and it's a part of price action. Every candle is a price action strategy. It has open, close, low, and high. Exactly, pin bar is also having the same strategy. So it's just a small part of price action strategy. The very background of pin bar strategy is it's named from a famous cartoon character. Pinocchio is a fictional character. It's an Italian, you can say, cartoon character which is being seen in TV. It was quite famous cartoon character. So the very interesting part is Pinocchio is a cartoon character. It's a fictional cartoon character. What happens is whenever Pinocchio tells lie, the nose of the cartoon character grows longer. So it tells that it's not the guy Pinocchio is not telling truth. He is hiding something. So exactly after that, the Pinbar strategy is named after this Pinocchio fictional character. So you can see in this picture, like, yes, this is Pinocchio, and whenever he tells lies, his nose grew longer. If anyone might have seen this cartoon character, or else you can go and Google about Pinocchio, that whenever he tells lie, his nose grew longer. So it's a Japanese candlestick pattern, uses as a part of price action. Takes its name from Pinocchio famous nose which grows whenever he tells a lie. The pin bar is also interpreted as a lie, as a like you can say it's a false statement. It's a false thing which market tries to tell from the market, which creates a long nose. In the same way, when the candle is having a long shadow, it's termed as pin bar. So what exactly it can be interpreted from this? This is actually a real price action reversal pattern. It has a small real body and a long shadow. So let's move on to few features of pin bar. We have seen that like this candles, we usually call it a shadow, this long tail, or we call it wedges. But why pin bar? So this is exactly the background of this pin bar strategy. This is being called as pin bar just after this cartoon character, that is Pinocchio. So let's look into few features. The very first feature is the opening and closing price have to be close or even the same. So you can compare this pin bar with a doji, but yes, doji may not have that long pin bar, but in pin bar we need a long shadow. So the opening and closing have to be close, and the opening and closing have to be close enough, or if the opening and closing prices are same, then it's good enough. The opening and closing of the pin bar have to be close to the end of the previous bar. Let me explain by drawing this. Let me explain each point by drawing. So the first one is the opening and closing price have to be close enough or even same. So let's come to the drawing tool and see how it's happening. So the first feature is the opening and closing should be same. So it can be like, just a minute. So it can be, if this is the candle, so it's almost same, or else it can be much better if we'll be finding this type of candle. It's open, it's close, it's open, and it's close. So it's almost in the same price level. What the second feature is, the second feature suggests the opening and closing price of the pin bar have to be close to the end of the previous bar. So if this is the previous bar, and this is the open, this is the close, this is high, and this is low. So it's telling the opening and closing of the pin bar have to be close to the end of the previous bar. End of the previous bar means this is the end of the previous bar, this is the closing of the previous bar. The pin bar should occur at this level. It can be this type of pin bar, or it can be a upper side of pin bar. But the whole thing to remember is the pin bar should be at the close of the previous bar. This is the previous candle, and this is the pin bar candle. So it should be at the close of the previous bar. Now coming to the third point, third feature, the top of the shadow is called nose, and it represents a lie, as we have already discussed. This is regarded as nose of the pin bar, and it is just named after the famous cartoon character, that is Pinocchio. You can Google about Pinocchio. It's a very interesting cartoon character, and you can watch few relevant sessions of Pinocchio where Pinocchio tells lie and his nose grew longer. So the top most part is called as nose, and it represents a lie in the market. This is not the reality of the market. If this is the tail, it's suggesting that this point is not the reality. It's not moving to that downside level, or it's not moving to that upside level. So let's move into the next feature. The shadow should be approximately two-thirds of the total pin bar length. So let me explain you it in details. If this is the pin bar, this is the total length of the pin bar. So the shadow, You mean to say this part should be at least two-thirds of the total pin bar. I think now it's clear. We cannot take this as a pin bar, or else we cannot take this as a pin bar, because this shadow should be two-thirds of pin bar. Is it fine now? I think it's easily understandable. The pin bar can either be bullish or bearish. I will tell you how to trade using pin bars. There are many strategies using trading using pin bars. As this is the introduction class, I will just introduce you how exactly the pin bar is all about. So the pin bar can be bullish or bearish. Now let's move to the next slide. The very important thing is, please note down this. If a candle shows a long shadow, you can see, like we have already discussed, if a candle is having long shadow and if it's two-thirds of the total pin bar, then it's definitely relevant. But there is a note into it, is like if a candle shows a long shadow but its real body is partially or completely outside the range of the previous candle. If the real body of the pin bar is completely or outside or partially outside the previous candle, it's better to avoid. So what exactly it is telling is like, if this is the previous candle and this is the pin bar. So, or look, just a minute, let me draw it clear enough so that it would be helpful. Just a minute, due to internet problem, we're having this difficulties, but it will be okay in just a minute. Till then, let's look into this note once again. If a candle shows a long shadow, if a candle is having a long shadow, but its real body is partially or completely outside the range of the previous candle, the real body is partially or or totally or completely outside the range of the previous candle, it's better to avoid. So look into this. If this is the candle and we are having another candle over here and it's having a long shadow, yes, definitely it's having a two-third of pin bar. The shadow is having two-third of pin bar, but can you see the body of the candle is actually partially outside the previous candle. So as per trading, as I have quite ac- as actually I am quite acquainted with pin bar strategies at pin bar trading, I have seen that whenever the body of the pin bar is partially or completely outside the previous candle, then it is actually ineffective. So that is why I'm telling you to avoid this. If we're getting such kind of pin bars, then it's better to avoid. So you can treat this as a note, or else it's definitely a trading strategy to look into how exactly it is reacting. You can see few taking few trades, let exactly how it is reacting. If this is a type of pin bar being formed, how exactly it is reacting. So this can be taken as a note. Now let's move to, I have deliberately kept this one in the middle of this presentation. I have seen many people copying this videos, not an issue. uh, it's definitely a new year is going on, so from stock supervision I'm wishing a very happy new year to everyone. Okay, what are the strategies that can be followed while trading pin bar? So the very first strategy is the pin bar occurs close to the support. One more thing I forgot to mention is before trading pin bar, before moving into pin bar, if anyone of you is watching this video, it's recommended that before taking trades using pin bars, it is very important that you are quite competent enough to find two things in this market, that is support and resistance. Pin bar is actually a part of this. If you are not able to find support and resistance, if you are not able to see what is support and resistance, then it's not recommended to use pin bar as a strategy of your trading. The very important things for pin bar is support and resistance. So the very first strategy is the pin bar occurs close to the support and resistance. So whenever you are finding a pin bar, you need to find if this is the stock trading. So you can see at this point it's continuously the stock, this price is continuously giving support to this stock. So if at all you find a pin bar over here, then it's definitely effective. But if at all you are unable to find what is support and resistance, this price range is definitely giving a resistance. A pin bar over here is definitely effective. So finding a pin bar at support and resistance is important. If you're finding a pin bar at this level, then it may not be effective. So the most important thing about pin bar is before that is to find a support and resistance where the pin bar is occurring. So if you're getting a pin bar at the support and resistance, then definitely it is effective. The next strategy is buy at the market entry price level at the support. So as per this, let me draw it again. If this is the kind of price action, this is definitely the resistance and definitely support. And if you find, just let me change the color, if you find a pin bar at this level, it may not be correct. If this is the pin bar over here and it gave a support to this level, so you can say buy at market entry at the price level at the support. So here you can see this is the price level at support. Here it is recommended to buy. This is the support, then definitely price will move up from here. This pin bar suggests this fall is actually a lie in this market and this price will definitely move up at this support level. The same applies to resistance also. Sell at market entry at the price level at the, sorry, this is wrongly written, at the resistance. So here let me draw it once again. Okay, you can see here, if we are getting a pin bar here with a long tail this side and giving the resistance, then definitely you can expect a fall. This is the lie being mentioned or said by pin bar. So now I think it's clear enough. We will look into few charts. It may not be few charts. I will tell you by taking one example of a single chart how exactly it is being, what exactly it suggests. So for the timing, just remember this one. Let me change this one. This should be resistance. Okay. The most important requirement of pin bar is you should be good enough with support and resistance. This is what exactly I have said before moving to these strategies. One more thing to say is pin bar setup works nicely in hourly, 4 hourly or daily charts, and even it's a very important intraday tool. Pin bar can be used as a solo trading strategy. It can be a single trading strategy, or it can be added to your own strategy which you are following currently. Let's take one example so that it would be clear enough what exactly pin bar is all about. So you can see this picture, this chart. Please focus on this area. You can see here a pin bar is being formed. This is the previous candle and this is the pin bar. You can see exactly this was the open, this was the close, this was, just a minute, you may say, see, the real body is in between the previous candle, and even the pin bar is formed at the close of this candle. Can you see how the stock price rose to this level? Let me take into the other picture. This is the first picture with the other strategy, which the feature which we have studied is it should form either at the resistance level or support level. So here you can see this is definitely the support zone. Here it went up and again it's giving support, and till this level also it is giving support. So here the pin bar was formed. I'm talking about this red candle. Here the pin bar is formed and the pin is exactly to this level, to the support zone. Can you see how the price went up? So while taking trades using pin bars, it is being suggested that your entry should be, let me just show you another chart which would be more clear enough. Let's see this. We were talking about this candle. So it is suggested that whenever taking trade using pin bars, your trade should be taken. If this is the pin bar, your trade should be above this candle. So you could have taken trade from this level and your stop loss should be the downside of the pin bar. So you could have waited for two more candles to form and the price went above the pin bar and it rose up. Here it is not clear, I have not taken that part, but it gave a nice trading. And at this point also you can see this is the open, this is the close, and a pin bar is being formed here. This is not the pin bar I'm talking about. I'm talking about this one. This is the pin bar is formed, and again you can see the rise in price. The pin bar which is being formed is definitely respecting the support, and the price went up. This is how exactly pin bar strategies are being used for day traders and even for trading few weeks to months. As I have already said that pin bar is very useful while taking in daily 4 hourly and daily 4 hourly and even in an hourly chart also. So we can see further while moving into further videos. I will tell you many more strategies. So if you want to learn more strategies, you can visit our Telegram channel, that is Trading Patsala, or you can just ping me in 9861892362 or SKS Train in Telegram. We are coming up with a very comprehensive, I mean to say, intraday strategies, I will just tell you what exactly the cost is all about. You can join our Trading Patsala channel where we give each and every update. In a very short time, we are going to launch our trading strategies about intraday trading strategies that will cost very less. And also, we are launching our full-time course where we can you can say that a batch is also going on. In January itself, we'll complete our second batch. We're moving to the third batch, and we will also, in accordance with that, also we are moving into giving few intraday strategies also. So if you want to join, you can ping me in this number, or else you can join Trading Patsala where I will give all my updates. So thank you for watching the video. I will come up with many more videos and many more trading strategies which are absolutely free of cost. Till then, good night. Bye bye.